days from now, state leaders are getting ready for the end of Title 42. That could bring an increase in migrants along the southern border.
Title 42 started during the Trump administration to slow the spread of COVID-19. It allows the government to turn away some migrants.
So Molly Oak is following this story for us this morning.
Molly, we're getting response from state leaders and some legal experts.
Well, today protesters are gathering at the Georgia state capitol to speak out against a proposed law aimed at undocumented immigrants. Groups representing Georgia's immigrant community will discuss the arrest of Jose Ibarra. 11 Alive's Jerry Carnes has more.
Images of desperate families making a long and dangerous walk to flee their countries have been all over the news, and it's only intensified the political debate over border security.
Well, now Atlanta has secured $7 million that the mayor will use to offset the financial impact of migrants trying to relocate here. Fox 5's Morse Diggs joins us now with the latest on the preparations. Morse?
Hoping now we are just hours from Title 42 officially expiring. The COVID-19 era restriction led to migrants being turned away at the southern border. Now the country is preparing for an influx. Organizations in Metro Atlanta say they are ready to offer assistance. Ariana Manise has more for us. Ariana, the state's getting millions of dollars to help with the surge.
Happening now with just days before the end of Title 42, state lawmakers are preparing for an expected surge of migrants along the southern border. So what is Title 42? The order started during the Trump administration. It allowed the government to turn away migrants to slow the spread of COVID-19.
People who cross the Mexico-U.S. border could have their sights set on Metro Atlanta. A border restriction that was put in place during COVID-19 has expired, but new rules are in place for people seeking asylum. For anyone looking to start a new life here in the U.S., one thing needs to happen.
That's where legal representation comes in. Atlanta News First reporter Abby Kazora shows you why it matters.
It is. Take a look. Title 42 set to expire tonight. The policy started at the beginning of the pandemic to reduce the spread of COVID, letting authorities turn back migrants at our borders. But now, fear is only growing that at 11:59 tonight, when Title 42 expires, we will see an unprecedented influx of asylum seekers.
We're learning more about the murder of a nursing student who was out for a jog in Georgia. Her name, she was 22 years old. Her name was Laken Riley. She was attacked and killed while running on a college campus Thursday morning. Now, officials are calling this a crime of opportunity. The man accused in her death, Jose Ibarra, lives nearby. Mark Strassman has the story.
Cheryl and Aisha, good morning. We talked with an Atlanta immigration attorney who says it could take months for migrants who come into the U.S. this week to make their way to Georgia, and says only some will be able to stay in the country.
Atlanta applied for resettlement funds for shelter, food, and other related costs should some of the predicted numbers end up right here. The request was successful. Nearly $7 million has been awarded.
He says immigrants choose Georgia because of open jobs. According to the Vera Institute, roughly 1 million immigrants live in Georgia. That's 11% of the state's population. More than 3/4 of them live in Metro Atlanta, and more than half are at risk of deportation.
New at 5, we're tracking preparations already underway right here in Georgia. Atlanta News First Megan Packer is live on Buford Highway in Brookhaven. And Megan, a lot of people expected to make their way from the southern border up here to Metro Atlanta.